DCM works. One day will be a repressed memory, just like my father. Welcome to Not Another Smallville. My name is Steph, and I've never seen the show before.
And my name's David, and I've seen it twice.
And this is season 1, episode 7, I believe?
Yeah, seven.
Seven.
Boys and girls, your attention, please. Presenting a new exciting radio program featuring the thrilling adventures of an amazing and incredible personality.
So, right, that was a really nice ending.
Yes, it was.
Very cute. Everyone's bloody happy.
It was, yeah.
It's cute.
Another
Clark
good
got Lana
episode.
a great gift as well.
Yeah, it was Lana's birthday.
So your test, as it is every week, what was the story?
Yes, so, basically, there's a girl who wears a really bad fat suit. No, okay, so basically...
That is how it starts, yeah.
That is how it starts.
It's a really weird fat suit.
Yeah, anyway, there's this girl who obviously goes to Smallville High School. We've never met her before, but apparently all the characters already know her.
What? Steph, that's crazy. In this show? Oh,
But
never.
anyway, so she's got a really weird fat suit on, and she decides that she's going to only drink like vegetable,
Like green juice.
Yeah,
her homemade green juice.
in preparation for Lana's party because she wants to lose some weight.
Yeah,
and
she
anyway,
wants to slim down.
of course, the vegetables that
Uh,
she grows are grown in soil with kryptonite.
Never.
In it.
What? Really?
And so anyway, she drinks these drinks and then she loses all this weight like so quickly.
Yeah, like immediately.
But the thing is that like because she loses it so quickly, she needs to eat lots.
I guess.
Like she needs fat, and so
she just starts shoveling food in.
Yeah, and anyway, so it turns out that like she can suck fat
fat
out
vampire.
of animals and people.
She eats a deer.
And yeah.
She eats a kid.
And simultaneously as well, it's Lana's birthday coming up, and Clark said that he wouldn't miss it, and what do you know, he missed
Bloody
it.
missed it, mate.
But he did get her a really cute gift.
He got her a
at the end.
really cute gift. Though that being said, so we learned a lot about Lex this week. So Lana is having the birthday on a Saturday, and we know that Whitney is trying to get a football scholarship.
Yeah.
And he didn't think he got in, but a spot opens up because someone dropped out.
Yeah.
Now Lex, what we don't know is that Lex has clearly orchestrated this because when Lana is going to his place for the pre-preparations,
Yes.
he's like, no, Whitney this weekend or whatever. And she's like, oh yeah, he's going to this football tryout. And Lex is like, yeah, I know. Nell told me.
Yeah.
Obviously she didn't.
Yeah.
And we go, oh my God. So he basically caused someone to drop out of the scholarship to get Whitney a place because he knew that it would get Whitney
And then he's
away.
like, oh, and I like your new escort better, i.e. Clark Kent.
Who didn't show up anyway, but whatever.
Because he's a little bitch.
He's a little...
No, he was saving people.
He was
saving
saving lives.
Pete.
But again, he's got super speed. Like, just... I suppose the problem is Pete doesn't know about his powers yet. So he couldn't have saved the girl and then been like, hey, Pete, bloody help me out, and then chuff off to the party.
Yeah.
Would have been sus, you know? But so... I guess... Okay, so then... What's weird about this episode compared to the other ones is that there was a lot of Lex in this one.
There's a lot of Lex in this one. And...
Because he's meeting with the guy who studies rocks as well, the meteors.
And essentially trying to investigate what is, like, weird about these meteors and what actually, like...
And maybe what's wrong with him as well, because he kind of got this medical test done.
To say that he had a high white blood cell count.
But that he was perfectly healthy.
Yeah, or low... Was it low white
I think it was
blood cell?
high white.
It was
white,
high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like really good immunoresponse.
Yeah.
But that's sometimes something you get when you have
Like,
leukemia because your body is like trying to produce something they don't know.
Well,
where
when
the
you're
problem
sick,
is. Yeah. But he's perfectly healthy. So he's like, something's up here. And the doctor is like offhandedly for some
He's
reason.
like,
oh,
it's really common in Smallville.
It's not bloody, not a surprise in Smallville. And then Lex for some reason doesn't like go, what the fuck are you talking about? He's just like, haha, alright, I'll go get a meteor.
I'll go talk about
Yeah.
to the meteor guy.
Go talk to the meteor guy, because that's what you do when you got a high
anyway,
white
the
count.
meteor guy didn't want to help him, and then he comes back in true Lex fashion and threatens him.
What a shock.
Ah,
Digs into his past, discovers that he slept with a student.
a student, and because he was a university lecturer.
And then suddenly threatens him. What a shock. From Lex? Crazy.
No, never.
Apparently every week. Would it would be interesting to like keep a tally of how many times Lex threatens someone.
Yeah.
It would be at least twice an episode.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. Like,
and it's really sinister when he does it. And it's like, when is he going to threaten Clark?
Yeah. See, I don't know that he will.
No.
Because I reckon, like, because he's real sus on Clark now. I reckon, like a little.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
He's getting susser. You know. So I reckon what you know we're gonna slowly start to see maybe like a little more open suspicion.
Yeah.
You know, the more this investigation goes forward, the more I think we're going to get a bit of the, like...
A bit of him being like, well,
what aren't you telling me?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about these meteors?
Hey, we're friends.
I mean, even the fact that he asks Clark where he was on the day of the meteors, he's like he knows something.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, no, my parents hadn't adopted me yet. And he's like, oh, well, I remember. And then he...
What's interesting, though, is he's actually becoming better friends with Clark at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, it's sort of a...
It's a bit of a forced friendship, but...
Look... Lex is forcing things a little. Well, he kind of forces everything. You know, he's forcing the Lana Clark thing.
He is definitely.
He's a lot of what Clark has done for Lana has been just because Lex has money.
Yeah.
You know, I'll admit the drive-through thing, very cute gift, really great gift, but basically he couldn't have done it without Lex.
Yeah.
He also wouldn't have. He might have thought to do it without Lex, but he wouldn't have been able to pull it off. You know.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because, like, you just need the money to, like, rent out the projector and
projector
hang up the screen.
And,
like, where did the popcorn come from? And the soda and shit. The family is heavily in debt at the moment.
Yeah.
Like,
although, I feel like Clark would have... I don't know. I don't feel like Lex would have done that.
Lex might have, like, helped. Because because Chloe was like, oh, did you organize your gift yet?
Yeah, and he's like...
oh, Lex is helping me.
Yeah.
No, maybe it was his parents.
His mum.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
it's all haze.
He said that to his mum.
Yeah. So I guess Lex was like, here's some dollars. Or like, you can borrow some stuff from my company.
Some dosh.
Some Adara bills.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's interesting, because they don't seem to have any connection yet. Other than Lex is just really pushing the friendship.
Yeah.
Like, really... But we gotta...
And being like, why don't you accept my generosity?
Why won't you take my richness money?
Take my money.
Take my dollars. I'm Lex Luthor, and I'm a
billionaire, son.
I'm upset because I never get sick. Like, what?
Yeah.
Lex, come on. And then you've got the bloody... So, something that happened this week, which hasn't happened since, like, the first episode, is that we got a little bit of, like, the Lex and Lana thing.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, talking on the... Like, yeah, he kind of... Like, I was expecting him to not leave... Because they're on the balcony talking or whatever. And he's like, oh... I know Clark real well. He'll show up if he could, you know. Don't worry about it. And then he kind of pauses when he's about to leave, and then he just leaves. I thought he was gonna like say something else.
Yeah.
And, like, get a little bit of the foot in the door kind of thing. You know, like a little bit of hey learning. You know.
I think
but he hasn't.
This point though, he knows that something's sus with Clark, and he doesn't want to ruin his connection with him. If that makes sense.
Because he knows there's some intel to be had.
Yeah.
There, you know.
Yeah, definitely, and like. Or even if him and Chloe think that, you know, strange things happening because of the meteor, like, and they have, like, their wall of weird and everything. If he does something to piss Clark off, then he won't have that intel. Yeah.
So it's just more profitable for him at the moment to keep Clark in his life, you know?
Because otherwise it's just really weird that he's trying to set him and Lana up and just being
it's weird.
Generally just really nice.
It's like a 22-year-old guy setting up... Well, he's like 20 at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
Setting up his 16-year-old buddy with a high school girl. Who has a boyfriend. It's weird. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a weird thing they have. Mm-hmm. And so I don't blame Papa and Ma Kent for being like, nah,
I want you to get hurt.
Don't hang out with Lex, mate. It's weird. And then also, like, don't... Well, okay, we don't know what Mama and Papa think of Lana yet, really.
No.
I
think they probably like her. They seem to have some prior connection with her family.
Yeah, well, because at the start, in the first episode, Papa and Ma Kent are going to buy flowers from...
Oh, yeah, and then the aunt is really...
From Nell, and she's, like, really flirty with Jonathan, which that just never was resolved. So
maybe that'll come up later.
Maybe that'll be a thing later.
Who knows?
That was a weird thing to set up as well.
It was a real weird thing.
Especially like
it was
day
just
one.
Like,
and it's like, what is it?
Oh, Jonathan. Oh, Martha.
Yeah. Oh, Martha. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Like,
should we know?
We don't know these people.
They done been fucking, and if they did done been fucking, that's a weird... Then Clark's all about Lana. That's a weird time for everyone, really. Mm-hmm. Maybe, you know what it might be? It might be like later on. we suspect Jonathan of like some infidelity, maybe.
No, I don't think
But
that.
maybe he's on some kind of a kryptonite trip or something. You know, we haven't seen that
Is
yet.
kryptonite psychedelic?
Well, we haven't seen it yet, but there is definitely the ability in this world to get like a little high on kryptonite.
Okay.
We haven't seen it yet. I just remember that happening, like people getting their personalities changed when they get a little bit of kryptonite. I can't remember how it works, but that's definitely something that will
Just
happen.
a little bit of cancer?
Yeah, just a little bit of cancer. Just a little baby bit.
A little bit.
Because that happens to... Who does that happen to? I don't know if I mentioned this.
Who gets cancer?
Yeah.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Not in the show, but like...
yeah.
I don't know if it happens in the show, but I know
Yeah,
it
yeah,
happens
in the
comments.
comics. Yeah. Because he spends so much time on kryptonite, he gets cancer.
Yeah,
and then
because he has the kryptonite ring, and then he has to clone himself.
And there's a point, he clones himself, and there's a point where he kidnaps Batman to try and force Batman to like work out how to save the cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a bad guy. Basic shocking that Lex Luthor is a bad guy. But he's getting badder. We were saying that when we were watching it. Like he just seems to slowly be getting meaner.
Yeah, and it's well, not even meaner. Yeah, meaner, but like more threatening. Like more
imposing.
More like, hey, you know, it's all good if you don't do this thing for me, but at the same time, I've got this shit on you, and I'm
there are
going to use it. Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose it's just sort of not necessarily. He's not getting more mean. We're just seeing more of the other side of him. Mm-hmm. You know, the side that sort of, is scheming. He's a schemer. You know,
he is a schemer. He's
a bloody schemer, and they're very elaborate as well. And this, so I think what we'll see a bit is maybe we'll see that balance out a little bit more because it's getting to the point now where it feels like they're trying to be subtle about it. They're like, Lex isn't a good guy. He's trying to get to the bottom of this thing. But we haven't really seen, like, he hasn't really done anything bad yet to do it. He's sinister, like, it was weird. Very sinisterly might not be a word. When he gives the professor the check, it's not sinister. He's just giving a guy money.
Yeah,
it's a really nice thing, but it's very threatening.
Yeah.
Super weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's like, here's this money.
It's
$100,000. And I won't tell the police that you slept with a student.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, cool. Blackmail's cool, but like, you also just gave a guy a wad of money.
Like, yeah, $100,000.
Like a lot of money as well.
Yeah.
It's like that's, and also like he kind of did the opposite of how blackmail works.
Yeah, like generally speaking, you're supposed to threaten them. He's supposed to offer a reward
for doing what you want, but instead he does the opposite, where he's like, "Here's your money," and
it like.
I guess
you have this money now. If you like go behind my back or whatever, if you turn on me, then you're dead.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah. Which is a very like, that's way somehow worse. I don't know, because it's like kind. Yeah, I don't know.
At this point, though, I do feel for Lex. Like, even though he's sinister, he's become that way, not because of his suspicion, but I genuinely think it's because everyone in this town is just really shitty towards him.
Yeah.
Because of his dad.
Yeah. Because they keep telling him that he's
there's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
Well, there is.
There is now,
But, like, it's not his fault.
No.
It wasn't his fault.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, when you tell someone that they're a certain way for long enough, they start to act like that because... If you get told something for long enough, you just start to like think it's true.
Yeah. And
that's definitely true, I think, with Lex, where like people have just been telling him for so long that like he's this mistrustworthy, he's a Luthor, he's not. They come to this town and lies and whatever. Mm-hmm. To the point now where he's like, well, I guess
if that's what I am, then that's what I'm.
If that's what I am, then I'm going to do it really well.
Yeah.
Which he certainly does. He doesn't fuck around when it comes to being a Luthor.
No, he doesn't. And I think part of, like, when he says, I don't want to be good, I want to be great. Greatness doesn't necessarily mean morally good.
Yes.
It means he wants to be better.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And so, like, I think at this point his concern isn't to be a good person. It's just he wants to be better than his dad. He wants to be better than everyone.
Yeah, and to prove that he isn't his father as well. And there's an interesting... I can't think of where it was. It might have been... they've just started doing... Actually, no, that'll date the episode. But so I can't think of what it was. I was reading something, but the quote was the two characters are talking, and this relatively famous character is sort of moving through the world, and people keep noticing who he is through the city. And this other character turns to him, and he's like, these people think that, like, you're this sort of symbol of goodness or whatever. And he goes, yeah, they mistake... They see my greatness, and they mistake it for goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an inversion of that later on in the book, where someone else is like, they see my goodness, and they mistake it for greatness. So it's like this... Which is really an interesting thing that this show, I think, does get to eventually.
Yeah.
Which is, like, this idea of you can be
You
quite
can
great.
Be great, like, but
it
not
comes...
necessarily good.
Yes.
And
then,
to get to that level of greatness means you have to squash a couple of people.
Yeah, you got to step on people to get to where you want to go. And I think the truth is, someone like Superman, the idea of him is that he is good, but he isn't always great. You know, he's a farm boy who does the right thing when he can.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually, that's the other thing. Like, it's sort of very like Captain America-y sort of territory where it's like, at a certain point, to do if you really are good, you have to do things that you have to do things that are the opposite of great.
Mm-hmm.
You have to defend people that other people don't believe in, and you have to kind of put the things that you do before yourself, which Clark is starting to do a little bit. We've got he started to miss stuff to save people. I think it's an easy solution for him in that if he just told people.
Yeah,
You
it definitely would be, so that he wouldn't have to...
Even if he just told, like, maybe Chloe and Pete so they could help cover for him.
Yeah.
Because that would be really, really, like, useful for him.
Yeah.
Because
So at this point, he's sort of, like, verging on, like, chaotic good. And that's, like, bad for him because... Yeah, like, he... In terms of, like, he can use his powers and save people because of that, but it is relatively reckless in the sense that a lot of things are getting destroyed and a lot of people are going to be like, oh, what was that? Like, did you see him there? And then now he's over there. And then all of a sudden he got run over by a truck, but he's fine.
He's fine.
Yeah.
And he's just not paying any attention to that. He's just like...
No, he's just like, oh, I got to do this.
Got to do it, got to go save water, gotta keep moving. Maybe that'll have some kind of a consequence. Like, maybe we might see that come back to bite him a little bit.
Yeah, there might be... like, how, like, that reporter, he might...
Yeah?
Yeah.
Probably not, though.
No.
Maybe not. I don't know. Who knows? That's the thing. It's like the things they carry forward aren't always the obvious things in this show. Where, like, we got...
They added in the continuity of, like, Lana... Someone asked... Oh, yeah, Papa Kent was like, oh, would you like a coffee? And she's like, no, thanks. Brings back bad Beatrice memories.
Trauma.
And it's like... Okay, that was like episode 2.
It's a little nod. I think we're starting to see a bit more of that.
Yeah.
Lex's story is definitely just continuing episode to episode. It's not discrete bits. It's like the start of his long investigation. It's just weird that the main characters don't change except for Lex.
Yeah.
Like that's really odd.
Yeah. Because there's no like events that are going on in Lana's or Clark's or Chloe's or Pete's lives, and I can understand why not Chloe and Pete, but aside from, like, Clark's family's financial problems, which we haven't even heard of since that bit in the episode. There's no, like, long, ongoing, like, struggles.
It's a long game.
Yeah.
I guess the long game for Clark at the moment is becoming... Yeah. It's like, how do I save people and still have my life and be with someone like Lana, and which do I sacrifice to do? What's the greater good, but also what's what do I need to do for me to be happy kind of thing. But again, that sort of very like plays a background to just whatever's happening, which isn't bad. It's just like, I kind of want, like, before we started this episode, before we started watching it, we both were just kind of like, nothing has happened yet, which is odd.
No, like, we're 7 episodes in.
Yeah.
And there's no real...
We haven't, like, seen, like, the next thing that's going to happen. It's just been, like...
How many episodes are in the first season?
I'm not sure off the top of my head. It's around 20-ish.
Okay. So hopefully something happens in that time. The thing is, like, we're already, like, almost a third of the way.
Yeah.
I
guess something will start to I guess we've started... Well, we started to see Clark become more savvy. He's saving people more.
Yeah.
But we haven't really seen, like... There's not, like, any kind of big thing yet that's happening in the world. It's just kind of like... Will Lex get to the bottom of what happened? Maybe. It'll take us 6 episodes to find out, because his bits aren't
like that long.
Yeah, and they're continuous, so you're like, okay, I'm gonna wait for next week to see what happens with him. Whereas like someone like, the relationship between like Chloe and Clark just seems to sort of never change.
Yeah.
Same with like, Pete and Chloe or whatever. Although that being said, Pete had some screen time today.
Pete
was
a better character.
He was bloody
today.
well, he was still a mean, like, he's still yeah, who's better, more fleshed out, but
Yeah.
he's kind of a dick.
Ow.
He was like, oh, you're hot, time to go on a date.
Yeah, that's true. As soon as the
Right?
girl got thin.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is that he had been
He did defend
like
her
defending
before.
her.
He clearly knew her well.
Yeah, and like she's like, "Oh, Pete, you've always been good to me." So it's like, okay.
And she did ask him out.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't throw too much shade at him. As much, yeah. Show still has some real issues with the sexism thing, but I think
It does.
that one,
But yeah.
that one less so, I
Yeah,
think.
that was alright.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I'd forgotten that she asked him out.
Yeah, she asked him out, so.
We didn't talk about it yet, but she's really pretty. Like, she's one of
She's
the prettier
pretty,
actresses
just
they've got.
like they shouldn't have put a fat suit on her because it looked really weird.
I don't know how else you would have done that though for that plot.
The thing is that like all they did really was like put fat on her face and like the rest of her body they
just
sort of
wear
just like
big sweaters and shit.
yeah. And so it's like okay,
Weird.
so she's got this massive like double chin but
Yeah.
nothing else.
And the rest of her is normal sized.
Yeah.
That was really odd.
It was really
like,
weird.
I don't know what. I guess they thought that we wouldn't notice. They were
Yeah.
like the magic of cinema.
It looks normal.
Totally looks normal. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, not even weird at all.
No.
But so we got. She tried to kill herself as well.
Yeah, she did.
She just opened the
Tried
gas
to-
and tried to
yeah.
blow herself up.
Yep. And then
Which-
obviously Clark just somehow saved her.
Even
We
though he
don't
was-
really know.
He was kryptonited, so
Yeah.
super speed, maybe. But
But how would he be able to super speed if there was kryptonite? No.
I don't know. Maybe when it. I was gonna say when the explosion happened, the kryptonite would have moved.
Then like there'd still be fire.
But this would be kryptonite shrapnel, and I don't think he could have saved her before that happened.
He just huddled over her and then.
Yeah, I don't. How did that?
Who knows?
Again, it's like last.
There's so many holes in Smallville.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's like a
like
few
we need to
episodes-
pick on this one.
No, this one I guess we can excuse because he does have super speed.
Yeah.
But a few episodes ago, they did just break into a place somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
magically. So this isn't exactly a surprise.
No.
That he just teleported outside, and there's no conversation between Clark and Pete as to why Clark's there.
No, he's just like, oh hey.
Pete's not
Like,
like Clark. What are you
we need to
doing
go to
here?
the
This is
hospital."
the girl who's I'm going out with tonight's
Yeah,
house.
like there was no Pete didn't know that Clark was there. And then all of a sudden Clark's there and he's like, oh, is she okay? He's like, yeah, she needs to go to the hospital.
And okay, also like, why wouldn't Clark tell Lana what had happened? Hey, I couldn't come on a date tonight because I was I was on the way with Pete, and this girl, the explosion, had to go to the hospital. She would have
Yeah,
been like, oh
that
my
would've-
god, I
yeah.
understand completely.
And then like, cause like she already knows that Clark saves people.
It's not a weird lie either. We've seen him save 2 people. Like 2 public savings have happened.
She already thinks it's kind of cool.
I just like why wouldn't you just tell her
Yeah, no, it would
some
make more
version of the
sense.
truth?
Yeah, and then be like, hey, sorry, now can we like,
Yeah.
can I show you your
And I'll show
present?
you your gift. And she would have been like, oh, that's
Oh,
you know,
so romantic.
he didn't come to my fancy birthday because he was
Because he
saving,
was saving
someone.
and but he like thought to come to
But he
my
thought to come at the end with his
window.
present. Oh,
Oh, and Enrique Iglesias playing in the background.
you're a dreamboat, Clark Kent. Or you could be.
You
That's
could
what I'm
be.
saying. That's what I'm
Yep,
saying.
Yep, you could be. At the moment, you're still an awkward.
Yeah, with some less passive aggressive this episode.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good. It's always good. There was less like, oh, you defensive reading. None of that. Thank God.
No.
A little more chemistry as well, which is nice. It's
Yeah.
nice. Like I always like it when they get that a little bit right.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they did pretty well. Especially when they were
considering.
talking on the grandstands and like Lana was talking about like going to drive-in movies, which
Yeah.
was Clark's present to Lana.
yeah. Which
And-
also, oh my God, you pointed this out, but oh my God, she talks about herself a lot.
She does, yeah. I
Oh.
did point that out. All she talks about every episode is
Ugh.
herself.
And her dead parents.
And her dead parents.
Which is still dead. We get it, Lana.
like they're gone.
Oh my God.
They are gone.
Tell me
You've-
about something else.
You have had like 12 years to deal with
You
it.
had a lot of bloody years to deal with it. And probably therapy, I'd imagine. But no, just every week, telling me about your dead parents. Mm-hmm. Telling me about what you did with your dead parents. Your dead parents' sweaters. Your dead parents' graduation speeches. Come on, Lana.
And she doesn't have that kryptonite necklace anymore, and we don't know what happened.
Yeah, we
to
just
it.
lost track of it.
Yeah,
Because it was in Whitney's jacket.
it was
which
in Whitney's jacket that Whitney
he-
now has because I saw it on him in
Oh,
an
okay.
episode, this episode, unless he has multiple. But then,
Where's
yeah,
Yeah,
the
we-
necklace
they
just
stopped
lost in the
yeah.
graveyard forever.
They just keep.
I bet she'll have it later on in the series, and just it'll be
when she needs it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they did that even when she had it. They were like, she would only, she would wear it all the time, but it would only affect him sometimes.
Yeah.
You know? But maybe like, I don't know. That could be like, they're trying to like hang on to it for the end of the season. so that-
maybe.
I don't know. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
like Lex Luthor's walking through, and then like
Yeah. Does Lex have it?
Who
Is it in Clark's lead box that he was looking at?
It could be.
Because he was trying to X-ray vision it when he was
Yeah,
getting
he
X-ray panels.
was.
Maybe it's in the box. But that feels like something we should have seen by now.
Yeah.
If he does have it. Because he was at the
'Cause
graveyard.
I don't think he picked it up. I don't know. We're thinking too much about
I don't
this,
think he could have picked it up because it's
No.
kryptonite.
Yeah.
Where's the necklace, Smallville? Probably is gone forever, let's be honest.
Buried.
It's not crucial at all. It's buried, just like her parents.
Got
Got it. So hopefully next week we don't hear about dead parents. But
Yeah,
honestly,
hopefully, but we will, because it's Lana.
Well, we'll see you guys next week for more dead parents, probably.
Yeah.
Almost guaranteed.
Thanks for listening. If you want to support the show, just head to patreon.com/DCM.WORKS.